All right, thank you very much. We're still here. It's still Serious Matters with me on ONIF TV. Now, Buhari's government is facing unprecedented challenges. Who said that? The Vice President, Osibanjo. Vice President Osibanjo on Thursday declared that President Muhammadu Buhari's administration was being faced with a challenge that no government in the history of Nigeria had confronted. Osibanjo, who was recently appointed by Buhari as chairman of Economic Sustainability Committee, said this while explaining that the new team plans to achieve. We must communicate to our people where we are now, and that we can no longer assume we are still where we used to be. That's what he said. He went further to say that we are faced with a challenge that no government in the history of Nigeria has ever faced. So we do redesign our economic planning and change our thinking, he said at the inauguration meeting. The team was formed to design and respond to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic and the crashing of oil prices in the global market. Suddenly we're beginning to realize that now that we're not being able to sell a lot of our oil, prices of oil has even dropped, especially in Nigeria. The second time in about 2 weeks, if I'm correct, in about 3 weeks thereabouts, the price of petrol had dropped from 145 to 125 and now 123 naira. And so the government put together a committee headed by the vice president, who came up to say that, look, Nigeria is facing a challenge that it had never faced. And unfortunately, President Muhammadu Buhari happened to be the one at the helm of affair at the time when this challenge is coming in. He said in the last several weeks, oil prices are a critical driver of the Nigerian economy, have crashed from the budget's benchmark of $57 per barrel to less than $20 amidst the other worsening implication of the pandemic, with forecast of impending recession on a global scale. Osibanjo noted that what Mr. President has asked us to do is to devise a strategy in order to be able to keep the economy going and also make provision to ensure that we are able to retain jobs and indeed create more. We also need to develop the Nigerian economy in a way that we will even take advantage of the challenges of these times and convert those challenges to opportunity. Professor Osibanjo said, of course, you know that with the challenges that the world is going through now, things will never remain the same. Even after COVID-19 is gone, then things can never go back to, for those of you who feel that things will return to the way they used to be. No, things will not return to the way they used to be. There will have to be a redirection or a reorganization of things, which you agree with me will be the order of a new, or the beginning of a new era. And we trust that it will be in the beginning of a new era for Nigeria, especially where we expect that a lot of changes, will hit the market. Well, good that petrol prices is crashing, is coming down. It's, the average Nigeria is enjoying that, and of course we still expect that it should come down, come lower down. But then we understand that a lot of people have lost their jobs in the US, in Europe. A lot of people have lost their jobs. They've laid off so many because there's no way anybody's going to pay workers if there are no if we do not have jobs running. If the economy is locked down, then there's no way salaries are going to be paid. So a lot of people have lost their jobs. So there is a need for this this committee to come together to see how, because Nigeria already had a benchmark of people who were not employed before. The unemployed were still there, let alone now the people who were not employed to now begin to lose their jobs, and then we now add that to the labor market. It won't be funny for us. So I expect, or I'm trusting God to help you to come up with something very good so that you'll be able to surmount the challenges of this time. Thank you very much for watching.